Alright, welcome to a rare early morning video. I'm gonna keep doing my config snippet practice. So it's not gonna be, yeah, so I mean this is definitely a big matter for debate, what I should be doing with this week here. I'm hoping building out Anki config snippets and then memorizing some config snippets is a good choice. I just kind of, Anki has been really a cornerstone to my success all throughout networking school and all throughout studying for tests and stuff. So I just kind of have this sense that, oh no, I'm not using Anki enough, and it could be just a whole different ball game since oh shoot, I'm losing my words here. Okay, so since I'm studying for a hands-on test, and it's not quite as important as I just memorize a lot of, or as I just use Anki for memorizing more concepts. I do need to get my hands on the gear, and no matter what I memorize, it's not going to do me any good if I'm fumbling around on the command line and can't even figure out how to do the most basic thing. But I don't think I'm in any trouble to do that, because I've had a lot of, I think, pretty good practice up until now. Perfect. Okay, so we got 9 cards so far. So let's take a look at where I stopped. Oops, and they put them in random order, not the order that you created them in. I think it's probably in alphabetical order. Yeah, it's in alphabetical order. Yep. Okay, well that sucks. Maybe I can reorder them. Oh, you know what? I think this do field orders them. Yeah, okay. So I can see the last one was infrastructure SNMP V3. Yep, because I just wanted to finish that one card. Okay, so let's move on to SNMP or infrastructure load balancing is going to be the next card. Okay, and we'll use the CLI to make sure everything is worded in a way that makes sense. Granted, now this is version 17. This is another reason why memorization kind of isn't the best thing in the world, because I'm not even using the same version. I just don't have access to version 19. Okay, so those are a bunch of set options. I guess I'm not really sure if that's going to be required. Let's just do this. Forwarding options, hash key family, Binance. Okay, so that looks good to me. On to the next one. Alright, that looks good to me. On to the next card. It's going to be infrastructure, control, plane, policing. Looks like a pretty big one. Yep, and the next one is high availability. That sucks. Alright, I need to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Alright, welcome back. Obviously it's going to be difficult to focus, especially today with all the things going on in the news in the United States. But the good news is, if I can focus on a day like today, that just says a lot for my focus. So let's try to keep focused today, and if I can keep focus on a day like today, I can pretty much keep focus on any day. So, and you know, I can always do what I did yesterday and say, hey, you know, let's set a goal, and even if I don't meet that goal, it's better than just not even studying at all. Of course, sometimes, in my opinion, it is better to just not study than to practice bad habits, because anything you learn wrong, you're going to need to eventually unlearn if that thing you learned that is wrong prevents you from progressing, which can be very, very possible. Just ask any role man in the NBA who never learned how to shoot or something like that, or learned how to shoot with bad form. Sometimes it's easier just to keep going on with the poor technique and strategies than to adopt new ones. Alright, so we're going to have two terms here. So yeah, let's do this in edit mode, and then we'll do set term 1 protocol. Set term 1. Yeah, the other thing I'm kind of worried about with this sort of memorization, and the reason I haven't decided to do it until now, is that I will sit down on test day, just try to rack my brain for an hour, and in doing that I won't be using help apropos, I won't be using trace options, I won't be just going into hierarchies and using the question mark and just seeing what's there and reading the descriptions, the command descriptions. That's going to be, I think, my key to success more than just having configuration snippets memorized that may or may not be the right answer. It's being quick on my feet, being able to adapt to whatever comes up is going to be much more important. Now, what I'm planning to do this weekend on Saturday is to do a full 6-hour exam. We're going to do that full lab day challenge. and we'll see how I do on that. I was thinking that maybe, oops, I better just go and type out the right answers, just so I know that it's even possible to do what I'm planning to do. But I don't think I think I'd rather just try my best. We'll put on a 3-hour timer. So what I'll do is and then we'll take a 1-hour break, and then we'll put on another timer. So yeah, so we'll go here. We'll do a timer for 3 hours. Okay, and then I'll sit down and write at, so the test is going to be at 8. So let's try to do it at 8. So 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, we'll do it at 8 for 3 hours. And then at 11 we'll take a 1-hour break. And then we'll come back at 12 for another 3 hours. And then after that, I can take another break again. I'll go through, I'll do all the, I'll grade it, and we'll see how well I do. So that's what I'm going to be doing on Saturday. So I think this is a decent thing to do, because right now, before Saturday, because it's the only chance I'm going to get to do it, really. Even desperate times are calling for desperate measures. Well, yeah, I don't know. This seems like a losing strategy to me, but it's too clunky. It's taking me forever. I mean, I have forever. Well, I guess I don't have forever. Today's Wednesday. I really only have 3 days. See, now this these are notes coming from a former coworker of mine, and this here is a very complicated command that it looks like it applies configuration to all of the IPs and prefix name, and it kind of takes care of it for you. I'm going to try to go to a different strategy, shortcuts, automation, that sort of thing. On this particular exam, this is not an automated exam. This is not a exam that is primarily about automation, is what I mean. there is a whole topic on automation. So, you know, it might help me to pass it faster, but in my experience, both professionally and on in my own life, what can happen is you can try to automate something and then end up spending more time automating it than it saves you. Now, on the job, that's not that big of a deal because you know your tools, just the potential benefits really can outweigh the costs. But for just a temporary test like this, you know, if I get stuck troubleshooting a tool I made that's not even going to get me points on the exam, that's just going to be an absolute disaster. So, okay. Oh. Oh my god, my stomach is going. I don't know what my deal is, but like my stomach is like the most like sensitive like thing ever. Like it just does not handle food very well. But you'd think that would mean I would like wouldn't overeat and I'd be like, you know, constantly struggling with being too thin, but it's despite my stomach feeling like I have a knife stabbed into it, like probably a good 40% of my total living time throughout my entire life, I struggle with weight. I mean, that's probably why it hurts, because I just eat too much and it's like stretched out to its max. And it's not like it really hurts, it's just mostly just really uncomfortable. And if I don't like suck it in or anything like that, it doesn't hurt at all. Oh, let's do a top edit on this. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if I'll be going with these notes that my coworker was kind enough to give me, and that I forgot to ask permission to, or that I didn't ask permission to use in this video. God damn it! God damn it! But it looks like he's kind of getting a bit fancy here, using the supply path. But I'm happy to just copy and paste everything in manually. It's going to take me a little bit longer to do that, but it will be easier to troubleshoot, I think. Alright, so that's it for that card. On to the next one. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure what is meant by that. See, and this is too where it gets tricky. Like, just memorizing code snippets is extra dangerous if you of course memorize the wrong snippet. But not only that, it could be just too far nuanced what they need. So, you know, as I said, I mentioned in this last one, the most important thing is to read the question, really think about what they want you to do, and then do that thing. So, you know, if you don't read the question, you've got all the code snippets memorized, you enter in all the code snippets you've memorized, and oops, you know, the code snippets were not exactly right, as they're not going to be. I mean, let's be clear here. If there is something called brain dumping, and if you just get a copy of the exam and you just go and dump in all the answers that you memorize, you can be investigated for cheating anyway. So it's really important to not have a strategy like this be the predominant strategy you use for the exam. I think it does have its place. And of course, you know, I'm using it right now, or at least I'm attempting to use it. But this is definitely not going to be the only way I prepare. And in fact, if you've seen my other videos, that has been the bulk of the way I have prepared. Another thing I think will help me during the test that I haven't really been doing is I have been filtering out my help apropos results for help topic because I was trying to learn about the actual concepts behind everything. So I think that was a decent strategy at the time, but one thing I can do that I think will be even better is instead of either instead of that filling that out, but probably even better doing another command. I can look at all of the verification commands. So not only can I look up, so let's learn about VRRP using the help apropos. So help apropos pipe match help topic pipe match VRRP. Okay, so we're learning all about VRRP. You can see we've got, we have to include a particular here we go, VRRP group, that looks good to me. Here's an example. So, okay, we learned all about it. All you got to do is go and apply it to the interface. Okay, but in addition to that, instead of doing help topic, we can actually get rid of that, and we can just look at all of the results. So we've got clear, we've got show. So what we can do is instead of matching on help, for example, help topic or help reference, and let's see what we get for help reference for VRRP. Okay, so VRRP help reference, we just get the but even here we can see we get everything. It's basically, oh shit. Okay, well that's, I thought help reference and help topic were a lot different in that help topic had all of the detailed information, and help reference was basically just like doing a question mark at a higher node in the help tree. Like, I thought that was the difference, but it looks like help reference also has teaching information instead of just reference information. Okay. But I think that proves my point. It's really, I think, not going to be a good strategy to just limit myself down to results for help topic only on the day of the test. I think that was a decent strategy for actually learning about the topics, but for configuring everything, especially since I can get all these show commands, so I can have all the commands just listed out for me. Yeah. Okay, let's try it for OSPF. Yeah. Okay, so you can see just how helpful this is going to be. Just limiting everything down to help topic is not going to be an effective strategy, and it could be a pitfall I fall into because of how I used that filtering of the help apropos results during my study. I'm going to have to use that whole thing a little bit differently during the actual exam. I'm going to need to remember to check help topic as well as help reference, and then I also need to look at the show. I think that's pretty much it. I think it's always going to be better to filter it than not filter, because if I don't filter, I get pretty ugly results, and then I get a lot of clear results, which I don't really need. Really, all I need are the show results and the help results. But there's two kinds of help results. There's help reference and help topic. I'm going to need to check each of those kinds on test day instead of just checking topic on study day, because that is the one that most likely has the best training resources. Alright, so I got a little bit off topic here. Let's keep going on this. So, so I finished, so I finished this. Okay, so Okay, so next is going to be BPM. Oh, BMP. I'm not sure why my brain glitched out there, but it says BMP, not BPM. Not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure where BPM came from. Brain glitch. Which, who can blame me? Who can blame me with the things the way they are now? Just being kind of okay. Yeah, so I'm not sure what BMP is. I don't think it's on the test. Yeah, so maybe this is because, yeah, and the thing is, I'm not sure I would ever need a BGP monitoring protocol because I would just use trace options. Now, what I can see happening is the proctor, the grader on the exam, uses a centralized server to basically grade you, and your job is to set up that centralized server for them. Maybe not go onto the server and configure it itself, but one of the test questions is going to say, set up a BMT station to this station address at this port with a number of random knobs chosen. And then the grader on the exam, the person who grades the exam, will pull up this station, and if they're not getting any stats at all, big fat 0. If they're getting stats but the stats are a little bit off, deduct points, and so on and so forth for multiple kinds of services such as SNMP. That at least, you know, if that's not the way they're doing it, would be a good way to do it. So it's very reasonable to assume that it is being done that way. Okay, so on to the next one. Oh yeah, that's a good idea too. I really should enable LLDP. We'll see how things go on Saturday because I am going to take a mock exam. So we'll see how things go. Okay, that was good to me. So next is going to be interfaces. Just skip this show command and go right down to VLAN normalization. So interfaces is a new topic, I believe. So we're going to do VLAN normalization. Edit interfaces. Interface. Yeah, so this sort of thing I did a lot. I have a lot of real world experience doing this, and let me tell you one thing from my real world experience. This is a giant pain in the A. Like this is hard top stuff. The kind of stuff we would bring the principal engineer over to help us with, and you know, 3-4 hours later we'd finally get it. But you know, we're sitting there trying to figure it out ourselves, and eventually just like, yeah, let's bring in, we need help. So, you know, I'm studying to be that guy that's brought in for this kind of stuff. So it's not surprising that this is on the test. But this is, if it gets complicated on the test when it comes to this sort of thing, it's just going to be a tough day for me. Okay, so the next is going to be interface link protection, or sorry, interface link aggregation. Okay, so we're going to stop with this one. Hopefully I can get this done. Yeah, see, I'm using the word int to mean integer and interface. So I got to be more careful with how I use that abbreviation because it makes things really unclear. Okay, so this is the end of this video. Let's make it easy on myself for the next one. We're going to say I finished here, or we'll say, yeah. Okay, so yeah, that looks good to me. Yep, so in the lunchtime video and the after work video, we'll keep making these cards, and then for the rest of the weekday videos for next week, and then even a little bit the week after, we'll be doing these cards. But during the weekends, we're going to be doing the full day lab challenges. On Saturday, we're going to be doing the one I found. And we're going to be grading it and seeing how I do. And then for Sunday, we'll just be kind of going our own way using the curriculums or the table of contents. So yeah, hopefully it goes good. I was tempted to just go and look at the correct answers and practice typing them out, but I think I'm much better off just using help apropos, filtering for help topic, filtering for help reference, filtering for show commands, using trace options, using the question mark, and just trying to figure it out myself and seeing if I can do that in 6 hours. Alright, so thanks for watching. I'll see you in the lunchtime video.